on the cloud if you, all right, just to make sure that it is already recorded. So the way I'm going to run this event, it's a 3-day event. Every day I will be sharing some information. Then at the end we will have a Q&A where everyone can ask any questions he has. Tomorrow, so every day I will be sharing some content that will help you to give an idea how you can accelerate your business startup. I'm sharing my experience working with different startups and entrepreneurs, and I came up with some, how they say, my own formula to make things. Oh, it's not a formula, but there's a common things between all successful people who started their own business. Tomorrow I will bring some guests. It is part of the startup that you can also consider to work with them. And on the last day, we are inviting one of the startups who's really promising. He already has his business ideas now executing. So I'd like to get some idea about his knowledge, his market, how to select the idea, and also you can ask the question. So this is how we're planning to go over the coming 3 days. So every day it will be the same time. We will run for an hour. Then we'll end up, and tomorrow we will start again. So I will, does anyone have any question before we start? If not, anyway, you can, that you go on camera. I understand, Sami, but it looks like when I shared it on the, how they say, on the StreamYard, it is linked, that camera is linked there. So it's a technical glitches. So excuse me today for this confusion that's happening. Let me try if I try to stop the camera right now on the StreamYard. Okay, stop camera there. Maybe I can share it now here. We'll see. Uh-huh. Now it's working. It should be working. The other camera, sorry. No problem. So, hi guys. Sorry for this confusion. I know it's always a technical glitches. So let me share what I have. You can write down any questions as we go, but let's put all the questions till the end so we will have a productive discussion. So what I'm going to share is the following for today. All right, so this is what we're going to share. Just a minute. All right. So it's something about me, but this seminar is not about me. It's about you. I'm here really to help you, but just to give a background where I'm coming from. My job is to help startups. Any person who has a startup at the beginning, did not have an idea, or already starting, but he want to boost his startup, I help them developing a success mindset for business realization. I want really every entrepreneur, every startup to have a business success. And this is, I do it through mentorship. I normally mentor and being an advisor for various startups. I work with them. I'm a certified Procter Gallagher consultant. We will discuss this one the last day. What is that? Does that mean? I have more than 30 years experience in executive sales leadership, plus being a leader for the Middle East and India region. At one part of my experience gave me a more leadership to lead people. I am a founder of a Quantum Results. This is my own company. I also am a mentor and investor for a startup company called Labiba. So you will hear hopefully good news in the next few months about Labiba. At the end, I'm a father. I have a family, a proud father. I have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. My 2 boys, they are both of them medical doctor, as the US people says, and they're both in the US, and my wife and daughters, they are based with me in Dubai. So it's not about me, it's about you. So let's dig in. If you can share with me, what do you expect today or the 3 days? Just share in the chat we will ask people to come at the end, whatever your expectation, because I want to really help you. If you're struggling with the business idea, you're not sure if this is the right business idea, you're struggling to get a fund, you're reluctant to do things, so and so on. Just share what do you expect. You can type down on the chat. And I'll leave it open for you, because I'm trying, as I said, to address and support you during those coming days. A good roadmap, how to develop a business using a lean startup method. Great, that's good. Anyone like to share anything else? Anyway, it's okay. If you come up with an idea, that will be great. Then at the end, if I did not address what you're looking for, we can have a chat about it. So, for me, to dig in, I always, when I was working either in a corporate world and also working with the startups and entrepreneurs, I have many questions that bug me in my mind. Why only few people, few startups succeed in business? You look on the statistics, it proves that it's not everyone really succeed. I'm not going to scare you, but I'm going to give you, this is a challenge, this is an opportunity, okay, how I think I can address and help you to this, because I did a lot of research that gave me these insights, how really I can increase the number of success in startup. And this is when I talk about my roadmap. Now, what business challenges may I expect during journey? And this is what we're going to discuss it more in details tomorrow. Because sometimes people think, oh, startup is so easy, I'm going to start tomorrow, then you will face with many challenges, struggles you did not anticipate and you did not expect. So my question was always, okay, what are these challenges? How can I prepare the startups, business owners for these challenges so they're not surprised, they know how to challenge and tackle these? Then why sometimes I'm feeling reluctant in executing my business ideas. It happens to me. For example, when I started up my own business, at one point I was reluctant. Shall I start? Is this the good idea? Is it the right one? How would it be successful? And so on. So this happens always with me as a startup. Also, when I work with others, I found out, yeah, this is the same challenge. Over the past 3 years been working with the startups, people are really reluctant to execute. And I know I thought it was difficult to find a solution, but no, it's not difficult. It's a process. Once you understand it, you can help business owners really to start executing their business ideas. And also, how can I make it easy to get funding for my startup? And this is always a question for people who has big ideas. They need funding. We call it seed funding, pre-seed funding, seed funding, Series A, Series B, and so on. There's a lot of acronyms in the entrepreneurs ecosystem. So this is also, can I make it easy? Yeah, sure, you can make it easy, but you need to understand more about how to make it easy. And this is what I'm going to explain. So then I came with that big question. Is there a process to accelerate my business startup journey? And I'm telling you, yeah, there is a process. That process I'm using for myself, how I accelerated my business startup. And I did the same thing for my people I do mentor and coaching and being an advisor for their startup. There is a way to make it easy and accelerate that business startup. All right. Now there is a share what we going to expect during those 3 days. I will be sharing some and a few processes, or I will be, let me say, many processes, tools, roadmaps for smooth business startup journey. All right. So this is what I'm going to share over the 3 days. So be prepared, take notes. The good thing, I'm recording this one, you can refer to it back again and listen, and whatever you like, you just write it down and take it. So, but I want you to expect the following. You see, at the end of last day, which is Wednesday, I don't want you to get unhappy if I invite you to the following. Because I want to help you, but some people, they said, oh, you're not trying to help us. You want us to join your community and do a few things. No. And what I found out, and this is, we're going to explain more. For you, I will be sharing whatever things I learned in starting up a business, the struggles, the challenges, how to overcome it, how to come with a brilliant idea, how to be coming with a niche in the market, and so on. I will be sharing as much as you can. However, what I found out, and this is we're going to explain, you can have many textbooks, many plans, many strategies, but unless you start testing and experiencing with others, you're not getting the maximum benefit. I'm sharing from my own experience and from the people I work with. In a way, when people start working together, supporting each other, then results will start happening and getting a different, how they say, speeding up and accelerating their business. So this is we'll be sharing on the last day. You don't have to wait there. If you're interested to understand it, it's for you. But I know you can have many tools, which I'm going to share the 3 days. But unless you start exercising them, it's like reading a book, studying, and not getting what you want. So to start up with that 4-pillar system, I call it, because it's a 4 things. These are the minimum things you should have in order to be successful in your own business. The first one, which is very, very important and critical, is to find a clear, remarkable business idea. How can you find a clear, remarkable business idea? Why I say clear? Because sometimes I found it, and for myself and others when working together, if you have 10 things, I'm telling you, you will not be successful, because your efforts will be doing this and this and this, and you're not progressing, you're not seeing much progress. However, once you're clear on one idea or 2 ideas max, and put all your efforts taking actions on these, then results will start happening. So the important first thing for you and in that system, that roadmap, is what is your business idea, and is it clear for you much enough, and can it be remarkable, like addressing a niche? So this is the first one. So you will ask me, okay, I don't have a business idea, or I'm not sure if my business idea is clear enough and remarkable. So these are the things I want you, and I use it for myself and the people I'm working with. But before doing that one, there is something called purpose and passion. You need to ask yourself, what is your life purpose and passion? You will ask me, what the heck is going on? We're talking about business. Why I need to have a purpose and passion for business? This is a make or break for everyone. Because if you have a clear purpose and passion for doing that things, trust me, nobody can stop you from executing and making your idea successful. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, the first challenge and the second challenge comes, you say, hey, forget it, I want to quit. I'm not going to do it. So, what is this passion? So, what it says here, that working hard for something we don't care is called what? Stress. I mean, we go all to work, and you need to ask to yourself, do you care about what you're doing? If you don't care, trust me, you can tell where the stress is coming from, because you don't care much. You're an employee, you're not part of that organization, you're not fully integrated. Some companies were very successful in putting their team as a whole, a part of the whole decision-making process. They're part of the success of that team. And this is how you can integrate your team. So you need to ask yourself, is it, do I care or not? And this is, I call stress if you don't care. Now, working hard for something you like is called passion. You love is called passion. And this is really important. Working hard for something is called passion. And this is why I said, if you love it, this is your passion, this is what you want to do. Why it is important to have a passion of what you're doing? Simply because this is your why. This is the reason you do things what you do. I know some entrepreneurs, and this is a person, maybe he's with us, Sami, he will be sharing about his startups and what is driving him. This guy, he has a passion for the idea he's working on. And I know the struggle, the challenges he's facing on a daily basis. But because he's passionate, he will never quit it, because this is what he wants. And that passion is like your compass. It will help you in taking the decisions, how I'll make my decisions, the actions you take, the results you achieve. So this is why it should be clear for you, that business idea, why I want to do it. What is my passion behind it? You might say, oh, no, this is not true. But it's interesting, I was reading before a couple of days about the biography of Henry Ford. And what I found out, that Henry Ford, when he started his business, he had a purpose and a passion. And what it says, manufacture and sell a dependable automobile within the price range of the farmer and working man. He spent more than 25 years with that purpose in his mind. He was taking decisions, he was taking actions, he was resisting to leave anything without making sure that he reached that vision and that purpose. And and you look at it, he created a huge car industry in the US in the early 1900s. So this is, again, you need to ask yourself, what is my purpose, my passion for that business idea? Why I am doing what I'm doing? Because this will keep you moving all the time. To continue. Now, how can you get a business ideas? Now, there's some common mistakes people have in their mind. Just I want you to alert, to watch out, and if you're doing that one, try to not to focus much on these, because there is more in, it's easy to find business ideas. Believing that startup ideas are hard to find. Trust me, business ideas are everywhere around you. You're sitting now in your place, you look around, there are many huge business ideas. Believing that you need an amazing idea to get started. No, you don't need an amazing idea. You need a good idea. And what is important is not the good idea, it's the execution and the passion to make it happen. This is what you need. It's not that big, amazing idea. And some people, what they do, they jump into the first idea that comes in to their mind. Or they wait for the perfect idea. I don't want you to be to jump on the first idea or wait for the perfect idea. I want you to select something in the middle. You will come up and I will show you how to start generating your business ideas. If you already have one, I will make sure at the end you will have another 10 ideas after we end. I promise you. Now, to start with a solution instead of a problem. What many people they have a solution. I have a product, I have this mug, I have this computer program. This is a solution. And they start finding problems for their solution. It never works like that. You're working the reverse. You should start with a problem, then you try to find a solution addressing that problem. So if you're starting with a solution and trying to tweak other problems to match that one's, you're moving uphill, I call it. So you need to change that one. So these are some watch outs. To continue. Now, some recipe for generating startup ideas. One of the things I really love, and this is, I always use it with people who doesn't know how to get a business idea. I will be asking him, are you an expert on something valuable? And I think like Mahmoud, when he mentioned at the start about his work, and I know Mahmoud, he used his expertise in building that business ideas, whatever he had earned over the years, and he came up with a business idea where he's addressing some market. So you need to ask, look on yourself, what I am expert on. And for me, for example, I will explain to you, in my expertise, for me over 30 years, was in the chemical industries. So my quantum results is doing two parts business. One business is using my expertise, which is on the manufacturing and on market survey, market research. So I use that one when I came up with that business idea. And the other one, or you can prepare yourself to be an expert. Something you're looking for, hey, I have a passion to be a painter. To be in boxing, a trainer, a football player, something you really want to develop as skills over the years. And you can prepare from now, start taking and developing that skills. And this is for me what I did. For me, I really enjoy working on the mindset and the success and helping people how to adjust their mindset to keep them moving and going without stopping whatever the challenges they have. And I really enjoy doing that part. This is my passion. This is why I spent, to be honest, over $100,000 just developing myself to be an expert in that field. Because this is my passion, so I don't care. I want to do it, I will continue doing it. I'm helping many people and I love it. So this is something, also another idea you can come up with. Now another way, look for industries that seem broken. If you are working in an industry, see there is some areas that is not addressed. There is an area that you can challenge or you can solve a solution. Or there is problems in that industries. Some people, they created some programs because nobody would like to touch that area because it's broken, it's so difficult. But you find an opportunity for you because once you address it, you fix that broken industry. Another thing, think of things you wish someone else built for you. This is another way. You might be sitting in a place and thinking about something, oh, I'd like really to build that thing for me. Something that I'd like really to build, and I hope someone can build it for me. And I know some people, this is how they came up with ideas. I have one idea that I'll really love people to build it for me, but still I'm not working on it. Look for things that have changed in the world recently. And to be honest, this is a real example of how people, although of the COVID industry, what happened with the pandemic last year, there was a huge change in the market. Nobody was working on the, how they say, distance learning, live meetings. It was addressed. I'm working in the corporate. We don't like things to be remotely. We'd like to have to face. We've been traveling all around the world, having meetings and so on. Then the pandemic came in. So a new industry should be coming in, like Zoom, Teams, everything has come in. Another industry has evolved is the disinfection. Now disinfection is a key, it's a high growth market. So people immediately who jump, and I know some companies I've been working on, they immediately, during the pandemic, they find out they've been working, selling different products, but they found there's a need for this disinfection industries, and they start working on it. They start also doing their own manufacturing on it to address that market. So these are some ideas. So you need to ask yourself, okay, what idea can I come up and generate that startup? Trust me, you have many ideas. Look at yourself, you look around you, you look in your industries. And the last one, find companies that have been successful recently and look for a new variant of them. And interacting with the startups, I found those people, they're really smart, like you. They look, okay, this, let's say Google did this 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's something still a glitch on that area. So they start developing a product to address that problem, and so on. This is how it differs, if it is a tech, if it is a chemical industry, if it is a trading, whatever. So look for something successful and think about, okay, still they did not address that market. And I will come to you more in this positioning and how you can really help you to find and create more ideas. Great. So to continue, now you selected your business idea. How can I evaluate if it is a good startup idea or not? Now, one of the questions you need to ask, how big is this idea? Is it serving a larger audience? And I don't want you to be panicking. Oh, I need to address the whole world. No, I'm not saying that one. Let's say for you, there is a product, you think there is a need for it. And that product's for you, if I ask you what is the cost of that product that you want to address that market, you can tell me it's a 1,000 US dollars. I said, okay, and how much is your business plan? What revenues you're looking for? He said, I need at least the first 3 years to generate $1 million from that business. I said, great. So that means you need to find 1,000 customers. Simply, it is that million can generate, it comes from 1,000 customers. Is it difficult for you to find 1,000 customers? There is a 7 billion plus people in the world. You cannot find 1,000 people to address, and you can serve them and help them. So this is when I say try to find, to check, is it easy to find those large audience? And trust me, you can find it. Then there is something we call it founder market fit. Let's say you have a business idea and a great one. You want to ask yourself, do you have the expertise about it that you can really address that market or not? And if not, there's a way. And this is where you get some technical people. Let's say, for example, I have one business ideas that it needs, it will be serving the startup community. But to make it happen, I need some technical IT expertise. So for me, I know the idea will be brilliant. So I get a co-founder, people to help me in that idea, and then I can serve it. But if there's nothing, let's say, if you don't like, let's say you came with an idea, but you're not passionate much about it, or you're not eager to work on it, just forget it. This is not a good idea for you. Now, the third one, you ask yourself, how sure that you are solving a big problem? And this is, you can always say, make sure by asking questions. This is when we said you need to test your idea. You need to test those small group of people to see how that products, that idea, that solution will help them. So is it really solving a problem or not? Then do you have a new important insight into this idea? In a way, you did, for example, a market research, and you know there is a problem that the market will need. Let's say some shortage of like what happens in people when they start selling a paper toilet in the US. All right, some people, they were smart enough, they start seeing where is the trend, and they jump on it and start buying and storing, and they made millions from that one. So they have some important insight that drove them to work on that idea. And it could be in any industry. Then changes in the market and only recently became possible. This is like what we said about the pandemic, where it created, although there was a lot of challenges for some business, there was a lot of opportunities that became possible. Earlier, it wasn't that much. So now you need to test, as I said, you evaluate your startup idea. I hope you are following me. And again, if you have any questions, just hold with me, because I'm trying to give you as much as information I can, and we can keep the Q&A till the end. Now, you must, as we said, begin with a very clear business idea. You need to ask, who is it for? In a way, I mean, which market do I'm serving? Is it this people, that people? Is it the whole world? I mean, be clear as much as you can who's you're serving. What is it for? Okay, what the solution will help people. What do? You need to be clear exactly. If people ask you what exactly you're doing, you need to tell them in one line. Some people call it a sales pitch, but I'm calling it, one line you need to tell me. So for example, people ask me, what do you do? Simply, I help startups develop a success mindset. This is what I do. And this is through business realizations. What you don't do, and be clear, some people, they'd like to do everything for everyone. This doesn't work. You need to be clear, okay, I'm not touching that market. For example, in my business, in those coaching and mentoring, I'm telling you, there is thousands and thousands. For me, I'm not working with everyone. For me, it's clear that I work with the startups. I can work with professionals, but I prefer to work with startups. I can work with some professionals who are struggling to get a career goal, but for me, no. I'm only working for startups. So this is what you don't do. What are you known for? This will come as in the future you start proceeding, you need to be clearer. People will start knowing, oh, this guy is working only in that field, that niche market. How far out on the edge are you willing to go? And I will address this one on the positioning tool that we're coming right now. So ask yourself the following questions. Now I help you to find how you can find your business ideas, how it is really worth that business idea. Is it really good idea or not? So you have a list, and you know those business ideas. I ask you again, does it make you excited and energized? Because this is back to the passion. If this thing doesn't make you excited and energized, forget it. You're not going to continue on it. I'm not saying that to put you down, but I'm giving you, you need something to keep you going, whatever. It's like if you like a shirt, and this shirt, a t-shirt, maybe $1,000 US, and you really like it, and you don't have the money, But this shirt, this is like something dream. You start putting plans and dreams about it. Trust me, you will start finding ways how you're going to buy it. But if you are not, oh, this is a similar shirt, I can buy another one in $10, why the heck? But people, when they are passionate about something, this is what they keep them going. And this is why you need to ask yourself, does this business idea make me excited and energized or not? Then what promises can I deliver on a consistent basis to the market? Because once you have a business idea, that means you're making promise to the market. So that market, let's say, I'm a guy who's fixing any English language issues, for example. And what English language issues may be? The accent, you know. So in a way, whenever you talk about it, you need to be clear and consistent about your messaging. Don't every day change what the promises you're doing, because people will get confused. If you're consistent about your promise, then people will start believing you of what you are making. Then the last one, how can I be clear that my product, that my brand is a clear choice of them? And this is how you start testing your products before growing and building that products for you. You can start testing, checking with the markets, with the friends, with the group people, depends whatever your products. Now, this is another topic. We're always talking about the idea, but I want to go more in depth to help you to go deep inside and test your business ideas and start refining it really to help you to start working on a niche market. I call it, do you have a remarkable business idea? So what is a remarkable? Simply a remarkable, it's something worth talking about it. People will start noticing it. This is exceptional. It's new, it's interesting. Nobody had touched it. Oh, he's touching a new field. And you can think about many ideas, people always talking about it because they're really exceptional. They differentiate themselves from others. So your idea should be remarkable. And I will help you how you can find your remarkable idea. Or to make your business idea also more niche, more remarkable. Why to be remarkable? Simply, and this is important, we need to all agree the world has changed. You are having thousands of emails every day. In Facebook, in social medias, everyone is hammering you with advertisements. So there are many choices, but less and less time to sort. So boring stuff is invisible. So if you're offering similar to the others, nothing unique about your product, nothing productive, remarkable, nobody will look at you. Nobody will touch you. Oh, they say this like others. So why the heck I need to buy from you? You're new to the market. You don't have something really unique that can get me excited and exceptional. And it is really interesting. So this is why you need to have a remarkable business idea. Why not every business idea is remarkable? And this is a question you can say, why not everyone have a remarkable business idea? And the truth, maybe it will be hurting, but it is a fact. Because mainly fear. People simply prefer to play it safe. He doesn't want to try something in you. He want to do like the others, like the average. Because, hey, yeah, it's working, let me try to do similar to it. But again, if you're doing similar to it, you will be the average. Nobody will be looking at you. Maybe the only way you can compete in the market by lowering your price. So that means you're putting more pressure on you. And why? Because people fearing to test new ideas. How to be remarkable? Simply is what we said, go to the edges. This is, as I said, we will be talking in the positioning. Challenge yourself what those edges and test those edges. Always be testing. Now, the last thing, you must design a product that is remarkable enough to attract early adopters, but is flexible. This is when you look, I'm not planning to discuss it today, but there's something called Rogers curve for how the market, how people, they bring a product to the market, and the early adopters is the first people on the curve who's really jump on your idea because it gets you excited and they're really willing to test it, to try it. I mean, there's some people like that. And you need to be targeting those people because those people, once they like that idea, they will, we call them an idea virus. They will be spreading, talking about your products. Now, these are some examples before we get to the last section. How these people came with remarkable business ideas. There's a restaurant in the US called Carmen. It's an Italian restaurant. It's in New York. So they design their business ideas. There are many Italian restaurants. They're not the only one. But they design it in a way that unique, that is really interesting, that force people to talk about that restaurant. How they did it? Simply, they have the high garlic content. You go to that restaurant, you eat, they offer a large portion, oversize of food. So you go back home, next day you work, go to the office. And because they have a high garlic content, everyone you will be interacting in the office will be asking you, hey, Sami, what did you eat yesterday? So then you start talking about the Carmen restaurant. Hey, I went to that restaurant and this is what they do. They have a unique, so they brought a story for you that you are eager to talk about because people are asking you. So this is how they make it remarkable. They say, so you talk about it. Yeah, I had this Italian restaurant. It served an oversized portion of food. Great, okay. Can we go together? You said yes. Then you remember, hey, we should be minimum 6 people to make a reservation. They will not accept for 1 person. So you start looking for people around you, your friends. Hey, we're going to come and can you join us? We need to be a minimum 6. So this is how they start people promoting their idea about their business. And this is a way how you can make your products. So always I tell people, what is the garlic in your idea? Why people would be talking about your business idea? What is unique? What is that story? Another idea is like Schneider Elevator Corporation. This came with a brilliant idea about the elevator. What they did simply is that they look on the elevators. If you remember before maybe 10 years, if you're coming to a high-rising building, they have a 6 or 8 elevators. If you get in one, that means maybe it takes you 15 minutes till you reach to your floor because it needs to stop to a certain floor, each floor. So they came up with a remarkable business idea. Simply, they said, no, we will make them express. So we will develop a smart system that people will be selecting, and that smart system will be sorting. You go, this group to go to elevator A, B, C, D, and so they divided that groups. So for you, rather than going for maybe 15 minutes, it's now taking you 3 minutes till you reach this 100th floor. So they came up with that idea. Another people, which was that a long time, people, they were enjoying pizza. But because for them, they said, okay, people also like to have our pizza rather than coming to our, how they say, restaurant. They can have it at home with friends going for a party. So they came up with an idea at that time, the frozen version of their Thompson pizza. And that one started spreading like a fire everywhere, that everyone was applying it. So these are some examples of a business idea. So are you keeping up with me?
Yes.
Now that's great. So we're coming to the last section, then we'll open the Q&A. How can you position your business idea? So normally I use this X and Y axis, and it is simple, and it also generates more niche to your market. Like I think someone asked, how can I come up with a niche idea? So this tool, I use it really to help me how to differentiate myself from the others. So that business idea, okay, you know your business idea, you know your target market. So I'll give you an example for people who loves chocolate, all right? So this is an example for chocolate lovers. When you look on the chocolate market, how it starts evolving and new products every time coming in. So people normally, they use this chart. So there was two types of chocolate in the market. There is an average, and they said, okay, we don't want to be average, we want to be delicious chocolate, right? So now this is one axis. So for me, I want to play in the delicious, I don't want to be an average. Then there was a hard type of chocolate that was long time when people were eating chocolate. We did not have those different type of chocolate. There was always hard. So someone says, hey, I want to address that one. Why don't I serve people who like the smooth chocolate? So he come up with that one. So again, you look on your business idea, you start sorting out where you are, your competitors, where everyone is there, and see where you will fit in that each quadrant. So for example, this is how Hershey chocolate came in. Hershey, they said, we want to offer to the market, the chocolate lovers, not an average, we want to offer a delicious chocolate with a smooth taste. It's not hard, it's not difficult on the teeth to bite, but it is smooth. So they came up with the Hershey. Then another people came in, they said, all right, yeah, but it's not only smooth and hard. Not everyone likes a smooth chocolate. Some people like it with to be crunchy, other people like it with nuts, with something like that. So some people, when they start developing another products, they said, oh, not everyone likes the smooth chocolate, let's go for the crunchy. And this is where crunch chocolate came in. So this is how crunch started differentiating themselves in the market. So if you're looking for a delicious crunchy chocolate, you go and buy Crunch. If you're looking for a smooth, delicious chocolate, you go for Hershey, and so on. So now another layer to take. Let's say people said, hey, we don't want to address the smooth and crunchy. We can make both. We don't care. But we want to address there's certain people, they don't like big portion chocolate. Like me, I love chocolate, but I don't like the big portion chocolate. So there's a market I'm looking for, but I need someone really to solve that problem for me. So some people came in, all right, why don't we split the market to big size chocolate and small size chocolate, all right? So that means someone should be offering a small size chocolate and delicious. By this, when they differentiate themselves in a different way, they put the Hershey and Crunch in the delicious big, which is right. They're delicious and they're big, but they're not small. And some people like me and others, they like small portions. Just to taste it, you know, enjoy it and move on. And this is how Kisses chocolate came in. So this is how you start working on your ideas. Maybe later or in a different sessions I can differentiate how I use this one also to create my own business. Why I said I want to focus only on the startups. I want to focus mainly on the mindset and easy, smooth startups. This is why I said I want to be working in that area. There are many people in the market, but I want to touch that market. So to conclude, now I want you to make sure that you make a list of all your business ideas. You write down, as the way we mentioned, pick your top business idea from the above list, and criteria to do it excites you and have a passion about it. This will help you really to solve those business ideas. And this will, for me, it's like a make or break, because I mean, you can come with a brilliant idea, but it doesn't excite you. Trust me, you will not work on it. It's not an easy way to start executing and building that business idea to make it happen. You will face challenges. If you're excited, passionate about it, you will keep going. And the last thing, apply positioning your business idea and make it remarkable in this XY axis that we mentioned. Thank you all, and I hope you enjoy it. Now I will open the session for questions. So feel free to ask. I will open the floor. You can write it down in the chat, or you can come up. I can mute it. Yes, Mahmoud.
Thanks a lot, Bashmohandes. I have a small question. When you were talking about the idea evaluation, you said that, are you solving a big problem? The question is, does it have to be a big problem? Or in other words, what do you mean by by sizing the problem? Is it the big number of people? Is it the value? Another idea I would like to mention for people like me who spend their over 30 years working as an employee, we become more hesitant to enter the market and start our own business. And this is a real difficulty for people like us. We have a lot of experience, we have a lot of knowledge. It might be needed in the market, but the longer we stay as employees, the more hesitant we became. And I think this is a fact. And this is one of the main difficulties. Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. All right, Mahmoud, there are two things. How big is your idea? I mean, you can make anything big or small. For me, when I select a big idea, it could be a big problem for your clients, like you're working now with Arab Potash. You know that it is a huge problem for them. For example, I'm not sure how that problem, but knowing, talking to the people, you think there's a big idea. If you can solve it, maybe it will, if you continue working on it, you can continue till retirement, or just someone can take it over from you. This could be a big idea because you're solving a big problem. And you can maybe repeat that big problem to other manufacturing sites or people who's dealing with the same thing. So what you want to look at is there a market for it? Can I serve it? Or maybe if it is one client, and this one client will make me all what I need for a financial plan, whatever, serving me, that's enough. It depends for each one. Some people, they said, no, I want to build a product that help, let's say, the whole world. Some people, they said, no, I want to work for people who only in my country. I want to solve this problem. So this is why it's important. You need to decide what is the market you want to serve. When I said select the target market and be clear whom you want to like to serve, and see what problems you can solve for them. The other part of the question, which is because we are used to do many things, we get experience or do things in a certain type. if we want to try new things, always I call it fear kicks in, because this is something new. I never get it. I never get out of my comfort zone, so I don't know how to handle that part. So this is normal. There is a process. Maybe tomorrow I will be touching about it, how you can start addressing and overcoming that fear. It's a process that you start understanding it to help you really to start building either confidence or getting more information to help you overcome that reluctance you're running with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad, for this great presentation. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Voice is
Thank
clear.
you.
Yeah, okay, excellent. So I have great ideas, but the problem is to find the investor that can support my ideas, or co-founder who can work with me to apply these ideas. I work by my hand, so by myself is not enough to start with this to complete or take action to complete my idea, because I reach to a level where I exhaust all my power. So maybe investors can support me to get resources, so I can work with the resources to achieve that idea. But I don't know where to start, where to find that investor, or maybe through you or any market that maybe, because
Yeah.
I have also to prepare the presentation for the business plan for the investors. So I need to know how to start with that. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, thank you, Mustafa. This is a good question. Uh, I will give you some hints, but if you'd like to, we can have a one-to-one chat. You can book a call with me, and we can discuss it more in details. The important things when I work with investors, and this is what I found out, they want to see how that idea is clear in the proposal, like you. When you propose that idea, do you have clarity in what you want to do, where you want to take your business, how eager you about your business, how competent are you capable about it? There's different things that they want to see. So this is when we said about having a clear idea about it, and are you passionate about it, will make it many things about if the investors is willing to put the money or not. Trust me, there's many people are willing to put their money, but they want to see how the other side is really ready. Because they want to work with you, they want to put their money, and they don't know much about that business, so they want to do some due diligence about you. I can guide you how to make it happen, but maybe we'll let it at a different. If you can have a one-to-one, you can book a call with me. I can share.
Yeah, I'm willing to call with you and discuss this.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Anyone have other questions? All right. For tomorrow, we will meet at the same time. I will be inviting someone, maybe also Mustafa, you can link with him tomorrow. It's something called the Founder Institute. They help new people who want to start up their ideas. They have their own processes, so don't want to talk about it. I will let him, he's an expert. I'm working with them as an advisor and a mentor to support their startups. They have a processes that really help people in their business idea, and maybe they can also guide once you finish their processes, they can guide you to some investors. But tomorrow, this is what we're going to touch. Then, once we're done, I will continue talking about the challenges. I want you to be prepared and expected in during the journey in your startup. Thank you again for your time, and appreciate everyone. If you need which chapter, Taisir, yeah, I'm working with many. So now tomorrow we will have the Jordan Founder Institute chapter. I'm also working with the people in Palestine, the Founder Institute in Palestine. So both I'm working with them. Right? Thanks again, everyone. And if you have any question, you can send me an email or we can have a chat tomorrow. All the best, and looking
Thanks.
forward.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a
Yes.
great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.